from. This is who I am. This is how I understand reality. This is how I do an interpretation of this kind of, reality. And for me, that's a lot more truthful, a lot more genuine than trying to pretend that I'm not part of that reality, or that I don't have an opinion, or I'm not really involved with the community or the people I'm filming. And I soon realized that telling stories kind of, with my emotions matters a lot more than telling stories with statistics. People don't retain statistics, but people retain emotions. And that's why I started developing what I think of as being creative documentary. We are storytellers. We are not just passing on, recording kind of, what our eyes are seeing. We've got to think, we've got to somehow reflect on what we are experiencing. And then once digested, we can pass it on in a film and share it with an audience. So there is a whole process of thinking through what we are witnessing before putting it out. And that's what I call creative documentary. So I think developed myself as a filmmaker that way, and I think worked for many years in this production company. I then got the opportunity to come to Scotland, and I was really excited. I wish I could show you images of Scotland. It's a beautiful country. It's also beautiful people. They are true storytellers. They are poets. They have a different soul than people in England. And for me, that was a privilege moving to Scotland. And Raquel kind of, lived in Scotland, so she knows what I'm talking about. So when I got there, I was all excited. Wow! And on the top of that, Scotland was the land where the word documentary was created, was coined by John Grierson, who was like the first documentary filmmaker. So I said, this is going to be so exciting. Me as a documentary storyteller coming to Scotland and being here in the land, the old land of documentary. However, when I got there, it was very different. I didn't find the documentary filmmakers that I hoped for. All of a sudden, I realized that people in documentary in Scotland were just working for BBC, and therefore working on the old approach to documentary, i.e. the television kind of approach, the newsy approach. And I was really disappointed. I said, no, it can't be that way. We can't kind of, live down this amazing reputation that we developed in Scotland. So this is when I decided to set up the Scottish Documentary Institute. I thought we need an organization in order to shake kind of, ourselves, to probe ourselves, to push ourselves, to raise basically our ambition to be back into the world, to be back on the scene, the international scene of documentary. But that doesn't happen just because you declare it. You need to construct it. And this is why the story of Scottish Documentary Institute is important as a model, because we've been going now for 18 years. And during all those years, we've worked really hard at creating opportunities for filmmakers to join us, to be part of this family, to be part of this community, and slowly to kind of invent ourselves as a documentary community, but not just for Scotland, for the rest of the world. Now, when I set up Scottish Documentary Institute, you didn't have any documentary filmmakers from Scotland being exhibited at international festivals. now on a regular basis, we've got 10 feature documentaries made in Scotland every year being promoted through the top festivals, from Sundance to IDFA to Hot Dogs, kind of, to, wherever. We are all over the world. And I can't even begin to tell you how many awards we've won over the years. So reputation is, Scotland is all about documentary. We are not known for our fiction, although there are some good fiction filmmakers, but we are known for our documentary. And that's a policy that's been constructed. And in order for it to happen, we had to work and create step-by-step conditions for filmmakers to be developed. So I'm going to take you through the different steps that we've developed. So when I started, basically I was alone. It was just me in front of my computer saying, I am Scottish Documentary Institute. And you've got to bluff a bit. People said, why are you talking, why are you an institute? You're just a one-woman band. So, well, you've got to dream up. You've got to be ambitious. And ambition takes space. So you've got to start thinking big, creating a big space and hoping to fill that space as you're going along. So now we are 8 people working full-time at the Institute, which is a big achievement. And the people working with me at the Institute are basically managing the Institute itself. So I'm not even talking about the filmmakers that we've got working with us. So we've grown very quickly, and we are now basically an institute. There is absolutely no doubt. Whenever the Scottish government wants to refer to documentary, it's us. Whenever they want to pass on money to documentary, it's through us. We've got another organization called Creative Scotland, which looks after all the filmmakers in Scotland, but the section about documentary is always referred back to Scottish Documentary. So we've got that solid position, basically, that we are the cornerstone of documentary in Scotland. Now, we've got a lot of interesting work going on through Scottish Documentary Institute. But maybe, we basically thought that we needed to develop activities, different regular events in order to bring people to our community. So the first thing that we did was to try to attract newcomers, filmmakers coming out of film schools, out of courses, or just self-taught, to try to bring them and discover and make short documentary films. And the scheme that we've developed is called Bridging the Gap. We've now, for 16 years, been producing short films through Bridging the Gap. Now, we don't just commission people to make short films. We literally take them through a form of training. So every year we decide on a theme we're going to work with, and we put a call out for filmmakers in Scotland to apply to be part of it. And then we select the best 12 ideas in order to work with them, help them developing their ideas through different workshops. So we've got 4 different weekend workshops where the 12 filmmakers come together and develop their idea in a group, but also bringing an international well-known filmmaker to come and help them to develop the story. Now, of course, we could do it ourselves and save some money by not bringing international filmmakers.